LP, Sony Finland Percolay. This is a newer copy. The first one I got was a digipack, but I did not dig that out for the video. And then the EP I talked about earlier, the Motor EP on CD. It's cool to have this because there's that title track plus cover songs. They do 2 cover songs and like 2 other originals, and from the Latex Cult sessions, but they released those here on this EP, those 4 songs, so it's very cool to have that. And then of course the also very awesome Latex Cult album with the original artwork, and they re-released that and changed the artwork, and that one I really wasn't happy with the new artwork that they used. I prefer the original. I think it's cool and unique, kind of like Uber Karma. And then the original Rapture, which also has been remastered and released with a different cover, and actually that newer cover is better than this one. This is like a crop circle or something. It's not that it's awful or anything, but you know, not awesome, I don't think. And the Nihil album, which I do like for the most part. Just the production and those lead guitars I could do without. And around that time they also released this EP, a split with the band Driller Killer. They each do 2 songs. Impaled Nazarene does a cover of a Driller Killer song called I Couldn't Care Less, and also an original one from the Nihil sessions, Impotent Mankind. And then Driller Killer does a song called How Come, and then a cover of Impaled Nazarene Ghetto Blaster, which is from Sony Finland Percolay. Not a huge Driller Killer fan, but those Impaled Nazarene songs are cool. And this is that compilation, Decade of Decadence. Like I said, there's cool stuff on here. The demos, also the Goat Perversion, the Sato Goat EP tracks are on here, and a bunch of other stuff. And then the bonus tracks that were originally on the Rapture EP, the Rapture LP, vinyl only, Nuclear Metal Retaliation, and a cover of Burst Command Tool War from Sodom. So it's cool that they're on here, but they also put those on the re-release with the new cover for Rapture, so it was cool that they did that. And here is a live Impaled Nazarene CD. Death comes in 26 carefully selected pieces, a lot of good tracks on here. It's a good track listing, and yeah, it's a really good live album. Definitely like that one. And then it's a DVD here, which is 2 different shows from Impaled Nazarene. You have one in 2010 and one in 2012. So it's cool to have this. It's just called Impaled Nazarene 1990 to 2012. And like I said, these are there's DVDs in here, 2 DVDs. And in addition to that, I do have a handful of 7-inch EPs, and this is a reissue, not an original, of Satanic Massacre with the 2 tracks from the Ugra Karma sessions. They're also on the re-release of Ugra Karma, not the original. Die in Holland, which has an original track, Die in Holland, plus an exploited cover of Start a War. This is a picture disc of the split with Driller Killer, with those 2 songs from each band. And the Sato Goat 7-inch, also repress, not an original there. The Enlightenment Process EP, which is pretty cool, also has a re-recording they did of the Kali Yuga track from Ugra Karma. And this is Morbid Fate, covering the Cover With My Hand, which has a re-recording of a demo song called Morbid Fate and a cover of a Motorhead song, Riding with the Driver. And here, this is a different project that Mika from Impaled Nazarene did with I can't remember the guy's name. I think he was in the band. That's not coming to me. I think he's from Greece, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't think of the band that he's normally in. But anyway, it's Diablos Rising. It's kind of an industrial metal mix, I guess. It's from 1995. It's nothing I really listen to very often. I haven't listened to this in forever. It's not really my style, but I wanted to get it since it's, you know, side project with Mika from Impaled Nazarene. And I have some other vinyls, but before I get to those, some other stuff I have. I printed this up. This is from the 90s. I thought this was a really cool picture of the band at the time. This is like late 90s. They're all holding assault rifles. I don't know, I just thought that looked cool. And another picture of the band from the 90s. I printed for some reason. And here's a flyer from that show I went to. And also that was with Brutal Truth, which was very awesome because I'm also a big fan of them. And a band called the Nitro Burnouts, which I have no memory of them whatsoever. I'd never heard of them. I don't know. So, okay, yeah, it was July of 1998. And the set list from the show, which Mika threw out, and I was like right up front. So, it definitely got stomped on, but it was very cool to have this, you know, the set list from that show. And I'm not sure why I kept this, but it's a receipt from, I ordered Nihil back in 2000 from a place called Keystone Music Exchange. I'm not sure why I kept the receipt, but some kind of memento, I guess. And I actually have, I was writing to Mika in the 90s when he was living in Belgium. He lived in Belgium for a time. I eventually moved back to Finland. But I got, yeah, like 4 letters here from Mika. This one has some stuff in it. Actually, I haven't opened this in years. I have no idea. When I say years, I mean like over 20 years or so. What's in here? There's a fold out in here. Which is, oh, that's cool. He put this in the letter. It's got Impaled Nazarene on top and then Children of Bodom on bottom, which I'm not a fan of them, but obviously Alex, or Alexi, I guess it is, from Children of Bodom. A sticker he sent me. Like I said, he was in the band for a little while. He only played on that one album, but let's see. So it looks like this was after the show that I saw them at. And I'll just read this real quick. Thanks for the nice comments. The Philly show was one of our craziest gigs that we will remember for a long time for sure. Anyway, reason you haven't been able to contact Yanni via emails that he moved and the film company won't be able to connect him until 18th of September. I think his email address will change, but check it from Impaled Pages or Plan E, as I'm sure he will announce it there. So I was also emailing with the bass player at the time, Yanni. And yeah, he joined after Latex Cult. And then he played on Rapture, Nile, and then he was out of the band after that. So he only played on 2 albums. We just played in St. Petersburg in Russia. Crazy, just like Mexico, or even more maniac and cheap. Bottle of red wine, 90 cents, etc. Also, we got now a 5th member. There it is, Alexi Liho from Children of Bodom is our lead guitar player. From now on, this guy knows how to play guitar. Check their CD, it's out on Nuclear Blast. He still continues with Bodom as it's his creation, but will try to play with us as much as possible. I guess that's all. I enclosed sticker for you. Hail Mika. Very cool to have that. Like I said, I have a few more letters, but and then last but not least, some LPs. And this I didn't get too long ago, actually. It was either earlier this year or late last year. It's the Oath of the Goat demo on, I think it's Ox Blood vinyl, 10-inch. I don't have a lot of 10 inches. And here, the Uga Karma original cover. I got this secondhand in the 2000s, early 2000s, I believe, in Japan. It's in okay shape. It's not too bad, but I really like having that original. Suomi Finland Perkele with a white jacket. This also I didn't have too long, maybe just a couple years ago I got this. And the Rapture, the remastered version. Also, haven't had that too long. I have the original Rapture on vinyl, but I didn't dig it out for the video. Like I said, at that time I was not buying a lot of vinyl in the 90s, but it had the 2 tracks, Nuclear Metal Retaliation and First Command to War, that weren't on the CD, so I'm like, I gotta have this. So that's why I bought it at that time. And this is the Latex Cult. Not gonna show the cover. I don't really care for it, but it's not something I would show on here anyway. Great album, but I wish they would have just reused the original artwork. I think it's really cool. And Pro Patria Finlandia. And there are some good songs on here I do like. Weapons to Tame the Land, One Dead Nation Under Dead God is cool for those who have fallen. I'm not sure how to pronounce track 7, but it's a good song. Yeah, I should probably throw this on the player again sometime just to listen to it and get another listen. I like the production on that one a lot too. I think that's actually really good production, that album, compared to some of the others. And here's the newer version of Uga Karma with that cover, which I think is also very cool. I do like that cover. And the newest one, Eight-Headed Serpent. I haven't really got into this too much, to be honest. Yeah, I can't really even call out any specifically favorite tracks on that one. I just haven't given it the time it deserves. And I'll Let You Fear. Haven't had this version too long either. Like I said, I do like on this one Armageddon Death Squad, and I made a video for that. That's a very cool song. The Endless War, and then the last 2 tracks, Urgent Need to Kill and All That You Fear. I like those 2 a lot as well. Then this one here, Absence of War Does Not Mean Peace. Yeah, I like I said, the first 3 tracks, Stratagem, which is basically just an intro. Absence of War and The Lost Art of Goat Sacrificing. That song, track 3, is very good. I like that one a lot. And the last 2, Satan Wants You Dead and Madness Behind. I like those 2 a lot. The other songs in between, they're good. But yeah, those other ones are just my favorites. And yeah, so like I said, I didn't really call out specific favorite tracks on those 90s albums, but I mean, just overall, they're all good. Those 5 albums from the 90s: Till Court Nors Nors Nors, Uga Karma, Suomi Finland Perkele, Latex Cult, and Rapture. I think they're all very, very good albums. Like I said, the 2 favorites being Uga Karma and Latex Cult. The other stuff going into the 2000s, still very good, just, you know, wasn't as heavily into them, listening to them constantly like I was in the 90s, the late 90s, you know. So, well, there you have it. Thanks for watching.